Hello, in this recording, we're going to introduce rectangular coordinates, also known as the Cartesian plane. This is a foundational concept. Everything we do moving forward will build on this idea of representing points in the plane. So let's get started. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to plot points in the Cartesian plane, use a distance formula to find the distance between 2 points, use the midpoint formula to find the midpoint of a line segment, and translate points in the Cartesian plane. These are core skills, so we want them to feel very natural. Let's dig in. Let's start with the Cartesian plane. A point is written as an ordered pair xy. The x value tells us how far to move horizontally, left to right, and the y value tells us how far to move vertically, up or down. The Cartesian plane is made up of two axes, the x-axis, which is horizontal, and the y-axis, which is vertical. They intersect at the origin, the point 0, 0. The plane is divided into 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1, where x is greater than 0 and y is greater than 0. Quadrant 2, where x is less than 0 and y is greater than 0. Quadrant 3, where x is less than 0 and y is also less than 0. And quadrant 4, where x is greater than 0 and y is less than 0. Understanding these sign patterns is very important. Each point corresponds to an ordered pair xy. The x-coordinate represents the horizontal distance from the y-axis, and the y-coordinate represents the vertical distance from the x-axis. These are directed distances, meaning they can be positive or negative. So negative x move left, positive x move right, negative y move down, positive y move up. Always move in the x direction first and then the y direction. Let's plot some points. For 1, 3, move right 1, then up 3. For -3, -4, move left 3, then down 4. For 4, -2, move right, then down. For -2, 1, move left, then up. As you do this, try to identify which quadrant each point lies in. Now let's talk about distance. To find the distance between 2 points, we use the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. We're going to apply this idea to the coordinate plane. Suppose we have 2 points, x1, y1, and x2, y2. If we connect them, we can form a right triangle. The horizontal side is the difference in x values, and the vertical side is the difference in y values. Using the Pythagorean theorem, we get d is equal to the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. This is the distance formula. Let's apply it. We have P1 is equal to -2, 4, and P2 is equal to 1, -2. Using the distance formula, we get d is equal to the square root of 1 minus -2 squared plus -2 minus 4 squared. That's equal to the square root of 3 squared plus -6 squared, which is equal to the square root of 9 plus 36, which is equal to the square root of 44, and after simplifying it, we get 3 square root of 5. So the distance is 3 square root of 5. Now let's find the midpoint. The midpoint is a point exactly halfway between 2 points. We find it by averaging the x values and averaging the y values, that is, x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Using the same points, let's find the midpoint. For x, we get -2 plus 1 divided by 2, which gives us -0.5. And for y, we get 4 plus -2 divided by 2, which gives us 1. So the midpoint is -0.5, 1. Now let's talk about translations. A translation means we move a point without rotating or resizing it, just sliding it. If we start with xy, the new point becomes x plus h, comma, y plus k, where h is horizontal movement and k is vertical movement. Left and down mean subtraction, right and up mean addition. Let's look at this visually. We start with the point -2, 4. First, we move 2 units to the right. This increases x by 2. so x goes from -2 to 0. Then we move 2 units down. This decreases y by 2, so y goes from 4 to 2. So the new point is 0, 2. Notice how the movement happens step by step, first horizontal, then vertical. So in this lesson, we covered plotting points, finding distance using the Pythagorean theorem, finding midpoints using averages, and translating points in a plane. These are foundational tools. You'll use them throughout the course.